Hello and welcome to The Real Hernando, presented to you by Wesley Meadows Retirement Community and produced by SRP Studios Podcasting. This podcast spotlights Hernando, Mississippi's businesses, organizations, and community leaders. Please follow us at therealhernando.com for all channels and social media platforms. Now, a word from Wesley Meadows Retirement Community. Each day at Wesley Meadows is a new opportunity to serve older adults and reimagine retirement living. It is the heart of their mission that inspires their team to provide the kind of fun atmosphere and care residents would want for themselves. Experience the warm spirit and faith-based difference of Wesley Meadows. Call 662-429-2070 and schedule your visit today. Welcome back to the show, and I am your host, Derek. Today, we are spotlighting the Baker's Corner Bakery and Coffee. They are a dedicated gluten-free and celiac-safe bakery and coffee shop near the Historic Hernando Square in Mississippi at 39 West Commerce Street. Today joining me is owner, Miss Leslie King. How are you doing, Leslie?
I'm great.
Thanks for doing this. I know this is very comfortable for you, right?
Super.
Super. Well, we're going to have a super time. How about that?
Sounds good.
Before we get too deep, this information will be in the description, but it is the Baker's Corner Bakery and Coffee at 39 West Commerce Street, like I mentioned, and the phone number is 662-469-3449. Nope, I got that wrong.
4349.
I'm going to redo that.
Okay.
Okay. Before we get started, I want to give more contact information for the Baker's Corner. You can call them at 662-469-4349, and that information will be in the description. So welcome to the show, Leslie. Excited to learn more about you and what feels like your new bakery, but it's not, is it?
Not new, but new.
Right, exactly. So where I'm going with this is you've moved, you've made a big splash, and now you have taken over the location that used to be Coffee Central Squared. So I'm very interested to learn about that experience and then educate our community on what it is that you serve and do and everything on your menu and how it all works. So welcome to the show, and let's, from the get-go, let's talk about the baked goods that you serve, a little more education on that, and why gluten-free, and what does that exactly mean?
It's gluten-free because I have to be gluten-free.
Okay.
Probably should have been gluten-free my whole life. I'm 48. Didn't find out that I needed to be gluten-free until I was 32.
Wow. So okay, so the gluten aspect of diet has been around for a long time.
Yes.
It feels like it's kind of a newer thing, but it has been around a minute.
It's gaining attention lately in the last 5 years. Tell you what it does to me.
Mm-hmm.
I've had migraines since I was 5 years old and some gut issues.
Yeah.
But when I went gluten-free, I was 32 and my migraines almost went away.
Mm.
Yeah.
So 32, you said you're 48.
Mm-hmm.
So quick math is 16 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
That must have been a very new approach, right? Did a doctor suggest this to you, or did you do some research?
Well, I went to a couple of neurologists because headaches,
Right. You weren't thinking gut.
No.
And why would you? That doesn't seem like it'd connect, yeah.
But it's very connected.
Yeah.
Very connected. Yeah. I was on migraine preventative medicine for, I don't know, probably close to 2 years. And I finally went to an allergy wellness doctor. And she did some food testing and gave me a laundry list of things not to eat.
Mm.
But within 2 days, I felt way better.
Probably all of the fun stuff was on that list, right?
I mean, I cut out all the bread and the pasta, and I ate meat and vegetables and fruits, and I ate a lot of peanut butter.
Oh, okay.
And I lost 45 pounds.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I should probably try all of those things.
I've gained a little bit of it back because I replaced all of that I took out, but I don't even feel like I used to.
Yeah.
You know.
So fairly quickly after changing your diet to a gluten-free diet, the headaches went away, and you've been good ever since as far as migraines?
I mean, I still have one every once in a while.
Yeah.
But not. I was going to, even being on migraine preventative, and then I couldn't take any migraine medicine like Imitrex. I tried pills, I tried shots, everything. I could not get relief without going to the emergency room.
That's the only way you could get treated.
That was the only way to. And I was, at one point, I was going, it seemed like at least once a week.
That's a lot.
It was not good.
Yeah, especially even when you have insurance, there's costs behind all that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and talk about interrupting your schedule. But we all know sometimes it's like you feel like you need to go to the doctor, but what are they going to say?
It's a hassle.
Yeah, and you're like, I have a migraine again. I have a headache. Okay, and they don't know.
Migraines were non-function. I could not function.
Yeah.
I could not function with.
I'm blessed to never have experienced
you don't want
migraines, but I've heard they're a nightmare.
They are.
Yeah. Okay. So your original location was at Side Alley Gifts on the inside.
Yes.
Right? When did that start there?
So I opened there January 1st of 21.
Okay.
So I was there for 4 years.
So before we talk about the move, let's stick to your first location. Leading up to that, had you ever owned a business before?
I kind of. I lived in St. Louis for 10 years.
Okay.
And the restaurant that I worked for the last 6 years there, they let me use their kitchen, and I baked for other restaurants. So I kind of had a business, so I started little.
And gluten-free?
Yes.
Okay.
The things that I did bake for other people were gluten-free.
Right, and based on your own experience.
Yes.
Because I'm sure you had to learn how to make a delicious cookie for yourself without gluten, right? So you probably started baking for yourself first, right? And creating gluten-free meals for yourself.
It's an experiment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it just grew from there. So now you're just helping people out and cooking meals and baked goods for just random people?
Mostly in the dessert world.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just the baked goods.
I was a pastry chef for 10 years.
Okay. Before. And that was all just whatever ingredients and not gluten-filled. Gluten-filled. But now we're talking gluten-free. All right. So now you're kind of gaining that experience. What was the trigger that just made you decide, maybe I can go brick and mortar and start an actual little bakery store?
So the owner of Side Alley at the time went to school with my husband. And Tina, Coffee Central, was actually in there, and she decided to move out and grow. So the owner of Side Alley came to me and asked me if I wanted to move in there and do something.
Yeah. Sort of like a sublease, right?
Yeah. And my husband was like, yeah, you're doing it.
Thanks, hubby.
Well, he knew I could. He knew that so that's how that happened.
Yeah, jumped right in. Were you full-time, or were you still balancing a day job?
No, it was full-time. It was full-time. I knew that it had to be completely gluten-free because you cannot do gluten and non-gluten in the same space.
Yeah.
Cross-contamination is a big issue.
Really?
Mhm.
I would not have imagined that. Yeah.
I have customers who cannot have a crumb, a tiny crumb.
Much like peanut allergies, right? I mean, it's the smallest amount can affect.
Yes.
So you have to really be safe and clear of everything, right? That's interesting. I never would have thought that. But in the world of business, you're always trying to niche, right? You're trying to find your what and why and how, and to go full gluten-free, people can now trust that there's no contamination like you mentioned. But you're known for it.
Yes.
It's not, we also do gluten-free. It's like, no, this is the place to go for gluten-free. And I like that. And you put it out in Front Street, and I think, not literally. Is it on your sign? It should be on your sign.
It is. The gluten-free symbol is on the sign.
Okay.
Yes.
And I love that. I did not know Tina Tatum was in Side Alley. So now, interesting.
So I've followed her twice.
So now you followed her again. So she grew out of Side Alley and went to the location she had been in for the last couple of years on 39 West Commerce Street, a beautiful old little house. She's moved on. And I want to talk about her coffee company, Ethnos, too, because it's in relation to this. Does she contact you and say, this is kind of what I'm thinking, this is what I'm doing?
She did.
Would you like to?
She did. She came to me, I think it was in September when we first talked. Yeah, I think it was in September
Okay.
And she kind of told me what she had going on and what her plan was. And I was like, wow, I would love that. But then you start thinking, it's so much more.
Bigger space for sure.
And it's a lot.
Yeah. So it felt like it just came out of nowhere to us, obviously, when Tina announced it, and it moved quickly. Granted, I'm sure for months prior to her announcement, you had been working through all the bells and whistles of that. What has that experience been like? That growth, because you've had to grow a team, right? Before, how many workers did you have? Two. Now, how many do you have?
Like 12.
Yeah, that's a massive increase.
It was extremely overwhelming.
Okay.
It was a lot more involved than I thought it was going to be. But it's okay.
Are you finding your ground? Are you finding your footing?
I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I'm getting there.
So we're filming this early March. Your grand opening and ribbon cutting was just a couple months ago, right?
February 3rd.
Oh, a month ago. A little over. Yeah. I mean, it's still so fresh for you, isn't it? Yeah. We need to do another interview 1 year from today.
Okay.
And then we'll have this conversation again.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, I don't know. I feel like I'm still curious about this move. I'll say this. I used to go there when it was Coffee Central often with my laptop. I always loved the vibe there to do some work, grab a coffee, grab a snack, whatever. You have absolutely kept that feel and vibe.
I hope we have.
Yeah, you've changed some of the arrangement with coolers, but it's still that fun community-based place that you can either work by yourself. You still have the quiet working room, but then you have the more social room. You have the beautiful porch. If you enjoyed all of the comforts of Coffee Central Squared, you still get it. You still get it with Baker's Corner. All right, you brought some treats. This is going to be show and tell. So if you only listen to this podcast, I suggest going to YouTube. We're going to run down some things, and I'm going to start with my favorite. You got some lemon, what'd you call them?
Lemon gooey cookies.
Gooey. I mean, how could I forget that word? So we got a few right here. And tell us more about what we have here. We have, what is this, chocolate chip?
That's my version of an oatmeal cream pie.
Oh, man. We'll just keep going down the line here. This looks like a cinnamon bun.
That is a blueberry scone with lemon glaze.
Way off, but that looks delicious.
And
And then what are these?
those
right here?
are wedding cookies.
Wedding cookies.
My version of wedding cookies.
Okay. What is a wedding cookie?
Remember the little pink box or the bag at the store? The Danish wedding cookies? Do you remember those? Oh, wow. I could sit and eat a whole box. That's just my version. It's kind of the texture of shortbread with with pecans. They bake and then tossed in powdered sugar.
Very good.
Yeah.
So gluten-free.
All gluten-free.
What does that mean? Like, educate us on what gluten is.
There is no wheat, rye. Oh my gosh. I'll have to edit that.
I'm sorry.
What is it? I'm blank. Wheat, barley. Okay.
So tell me more about what gluten-free means.
They're gluten-free is no wheat, barley, or rye flour at all.
Okay.
So at the shop, we blend our own flour, and it's a white rice base.
So your natural regular flour has those ingredients that you said?
Yes.
Okay.
Your all-purpose flour from the store, it's a wheat flour.
Full of gluten.
Full of gluten.
And that's where it's based from. So if you alter your flour, then you're good? Or are there any other aspects and ingredients that would have gluten as well?
There are other ingredients you have to watch out for. You just have to read labels.
Okay.
You have to read labels.
Yeah, and watch for those keywords, like you said. Those those three aspects of flour that you don't want. How about sugar? Is there gluten in sugar?
No.
So that's why you can make all the sugary treats you want. It's all about that flour.
That's one thing people that don't know about gluten-free will say, oh, that means there's no sugar in it. That is not true.
Yeah.
There's a lot of sugar in those.
Mm-hmm. So gluten is good for diet. And like you said, you lost some weight.
Mm-hmm.
You found that it helped with your migraines. Mm-hmm. And I know there's another list of benefits. Or if you find you have, allergies towards gluten, the benefits you can find. But you wouldn't just start a gluten-free diet to just lose weight, right? Because, I mean, obviously, if you're eating, you can't eat gluten-free baked goods and think, oh, I'm eating healthy.
No.
Yeah.
No, it does not mean it's healthy.
You sure you want to say that? No.
I mean, that's not what it means.
Right. It's still a delicious cookie, but
it's safe
for the people.
For more people to eat. Yeah.
Now, you also serve food.
We do.
Yeah. So is there a gluten aspect to like proteins? No? I mean, or with how you might prepare a meal, right? Like if you're making a sauce or something. Mm-hmm. So what kind of hurdles do you have to jump in terms of the food that you make and serve? Do you have issues with having to figure out how to get away from gluten when it comes to your food?
Not really. We do make all the bread that we use.
Okay.
So
fresh bread.
Doesn't always work out, but we try to take that loaf of bread that we can't make a sandwich with and turn it into something else.
But it's still gluten-free.
But it's still gluten-free.
So, okay. Then think about your sandwiches. Of course, it has bread.
Yes.
So that you make your own gluten-free bread.
Yes.
Is it easier to bake, harder to bake? Does it complicate things?
It's trickier.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is.
Because it's a different flour, right?
It is.
How about yeast? Is yeast something that you have to look after as far as having gluten?
No.
Okay, no gluten in yeast.
No.
Okay. I should be able to bake bread after this, getting them educated.
I don't know. It took us a long time to get it right.
I mean, it's like a science project.
It is. It really is.
I have a friend that loves cooking, hates baking. There's a difference.
There is a big difference.
Cooking, you can add an ingredient, a little sauce, a little spice, and you're tasting as you go. Mm-hmm. Baking is science, isn't it?
It is.
If one measurement is off just by a little bit, it can throw everything off.
It could.
So you're like a mad scientist coming up with your goods.
Sometimes, yeah.
It's okay to admit
Yeah.
that. I obsess over things too.
Mhm.
When you were at your original location, did you have less options? Or I guess what I'm getting to is when you moved to the new location, did you expand your menu?
Oh, yes.
Okay, that's what I should have asked that way.
So before we moved, I was doing custom orders, cakes, cookies. I had huge menu to choose from for like Thanksgiving and Christmas.
It's
Now,
more seasonal.
yeah, we're more focused on food now.
Okay. So that's something that you did not have at your
We had a
first
little bit of
location?
food before we moved, but now we have a lot of food.
Well, you have a big kitchen now, don't you?
Yeah.
So because you didn't have a traditional kitchen
No.
in the last location.
It was, here's the equipment, and I had to figure out how to set it up to be efficient, and we made it work.
Yeah. So what are some of the food items now that you've added?
Well, I'll tell you what we brought with us first.
Okay.
Breakfast sandwiches. We make maple pancakes with sausage or bacon, egg, and cheese. Kolaches.
I'll take all three.
Yeah. We make kolaches.
Okay. Now, right out of the gate, those are very common things to eat, but you have to be careful with the gluten.
Mm-hmm.
So you're having to create gluten-free aspects to those meals, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
But I mean the all-purpose flour that we use, that we blend in-house, you have to add glue, not actually glue.
So
but
you're not talking Elmer's.
No. You have to add something that holds it together.
Yeah. Okay.
But as long as you've got that all-purpose flour that we use is great.
Okay.
We make biscuits. We make cinnamon rolls.
Mm-hmm.
The bread flour blend is a little bit different, but yeah. But
I kind of derailed you from the traditional food. So you mentioned the pancakes, the kolaches. Is that it for breakfast?
No, we've got a hash brown casserole that we serve with toast and sausage. We kept the acai balls that Coffee Central had. We have sausage balls.
Mm-hmm.
It's a different recipe, but you
got to put your stamp on it.
Yeah.
This is your place now. This is your store.
We still have quiche.
Okay.
What else do we have? I have to edit this out too. I can't, I'm blank. I'm blanking out.
We don't have to run through every single item by any stretch.
Yeah.
But we can move on.
Yeah, we do. Oh, the avocado toast. We did keep the avocado toast.
Okay.
It's a big seller.
Yeah, I bet.
Big seller. But we just use our bread.
Yeah. So what are the things that you added?
Oh, my. We've got sandwiches. I've got a club sandwich, a BLT. I've got a muffaletta.
Ooh,
we've got
muffalettas.
Yeah, we've got. I've added salads. I've got a BLT salad, a Mediterranean salad, a chef salad. We've got a soup every week that we do.
Mm-hmm. Do you serve bags of chips?
We do have little bags of chips.
Would that have an issue with gluten?
Sometimes chips are an issue, but I get the Dirty Brand chips, and they are labeled gluten-free.
Oh, okay.
So
I like the dirty chips.
They're so good.
Extra crispy.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like you're eating burnt ends. The
best part of the barbecue.
That's what I'm saying.
It is.
That's what's up right there.
Yeah.
So your coffee. So you're obviously still serving coffee.
Still the same coffee.
It's the Ethnos coffee that Tina She actually purchased
She did.
this roasting company because that's what she does.
Mm-hmm.
She's a juggernaut. Why buy when I can just own it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then that's always the coffee that she's been using
Yes.
for Coffee Central locations. And is that something that you all worked out and that you were like, okay, we'll just continue selling the coffee?
It is.
Okay. Do you prep it differently? Do you add your own touch to it, or is
I did not want anything on the coffee bar to change.
okay? Yeah.
Her customers, I still wanted to keep them. They expect the same
Coffee.
drinks that they've been coming in to get.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it's delicious.
Yeah.
I went in. I've been a couple times since. In fact, I saw you walking around. I just didn't say hello. You looked very busy.
no, I usually
I
am.
was having a meeting in the talking room. But yeah, the coffee. I was like, yep, this is the coffee I learned to love here. And the first time I went to see your place, I noticed that it was served in like a coffee cup, like a saucer with like a coffee mug.
Mm-hmm.
Is that something that you've added?
If customers want a real cup
Okay.
and they're going to sit there,
I'm going to request that next time.
I like a real coffee cup.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got some weight to it.
It does. They're heavy.
Yeah. My friend Kelly Everett over at Tea and Tassane's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When you go in there, they don't just give you a tea in a regular paper cup. You get a saucer and a pretty little cup, and sugar cube, and it's presented,
Yeah.
You have something that I know has been going on for a while. Back when it was Coffee Central, was morning Bible studies.
Yes.
And you've continued that, right?
Yes.
Were you part of the Bible studies before the move?
I was always working.
But now you still host the Bible studies.
Yes.
Tell us more about that and when they are.
We have two groups that come in on Tuesday morning. One is upstairs, one is downstairs.
Okay.
We have a Wednesday morning group, and then there's a Friday morning group.
Okay. And what time about?
Tuesday and Fridays are early, like 6:30.
Yeah. So you can get in before work.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And then there's a Wednesday group that comes at 9.
So you're using the upstairs. I'd been up there.
Yes.
Tino always wondered what she could do with that up there because it's like a little conference room.
It's a nice space.
Yeah. Do you use it for anything else outside of the Bible study?
Yes, people can rent it.
Really?
Yes.
Interesting.
I don't have all the details right now to give you, but
Okay, but if someone's looking for a space to have a meeting, they can. Yeah, very cool.
Yep.
Oh, that's good to know. I might need to follow up with you on that. You never know.
Yeah.
Hey, if I ever need another podcast studio,
There you go.
Yeah, just bring the coffee up.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to leave anything on the table. Is there anything that you feel like we're missing that you'd like to talk about in terms of what your store offers and how it fits into the community?
A lot of people don't know that we have food.
They just see bakery.
They just see bakery and they,
Yeah.
But we have a full breakfast and lunch menu.
Yeah. It's good to know everybody.
Yeah. And we do have food that we offer all day, even after the kitchen closes.
Right. In like the coolers.
That and your avocado toast, you can get all day long. Your acai bowls, you can get all day long. Your sausage balls, your quiche,
Do you still do the yogurt parfaits?
Yogurt parfaits.
Yeah, those are always a go-to for me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, outstanding. Like, I'm glad you came today to talk about this. I think people are excited about it. It's
Hope so.
Hernando being Hernando, when you see Coffee Central go away and a new business come in, that's big news.
I know. There were some people that had to be talked off the ledge.
I
mean,
on.
That, people don't like change.
Oh, 1,000%.
People
sure.
do not like change.
Yeah.
And sometimes change is the best thing.
Mm-hmm. It happens.
Not that we wanted Tina to leave. Her coffee is still there.
Yeah. And she had to change. She's, kind of shifting her business. She still has the South Haven location. She's adapting Ethnos into it. So it's sort of like a hybrid. She then obviously has the Ethnos location. I think it's in Arlington. But I'm sure having a Hernando location probably got to be a handful. So she had to make a decision too.
Yes.
Which was probably not easy. And understands she's
sure
leaving
it was
Hernando,
not.
but you got to do it. But I love that she brought you in, like
Me too.
before it went on the marketplace or before it went public, before it became available, she helped you out and
she
brought
did.
you in.
I mean, she really did.
That's awesome. Well,
yeah,
big fan of Tina. She's been on this show a couple times.
Oh, well, good.
Yeah, and happy for you. Congratulations. How
Thank you.
How did your ribbon cutting go?
It was great. I think it was great.
Good deal. Good amount of people showed up.
Actually, fun fact, my ribbon cutting was on the exact same day 4 years ago for my first location.
Creepy.
I know.
Freaky.
Yeah.
And that wasn't planned.
It just happened that way.
That's so cool. See, I forced that. I've had 2 ribbon cuttings as well. And I tried to make that happen. I was off by 1 day. I couldn't make it, the scheduling. But the fact that you didn't even try, and oh my goodness, look at that. 4 years
I didn't
to
even
the day.
realize, I don't know, that morning I was like, oh, wow. Familiar date. Yeah.
Well, good for you. I need to come by and eat some of your food. I haven't had your lunch menu yet. And I'm certainly going to enjoy the lemon gooey cookies, the oatmeal cream pie, the blueberry lemon scone, and the wedding cookies. That's a lot of stuff. I got 3 lemon, 1 oatmeal, 1 scone, and 5 wedding cookies.
Don't inhale.
Right. Yeah. I should have some left over for tomorrow.
I hear people all the time, I'm going to save half of this cookie for, and I tell people, you can cut it into pieces and put it in the freezer.
Oh, yeah.
And then you can just pull one piece out at a time. And most people come back and say it didn't make it to the freezer.
And I'm going to do an interesting experiment with my daughter. So I'm not going to mention gluten freedom with this. Because some people might hear that, oh, this is gluten-free, so it must taste bad.
Oh.
Right?
Yes.
I never thought about that aspect. I'm going to just let her think it's, a gluten-filled lemon cookie. And see what she says. Oh, this is delicious. Oh, by the way.
I'll tell you what I did. When I first opened Inside Alley, I had 2 deli cases. And I would put exactly the same thing in each one, but put a gluten-free sign on one of them. Because of that, people are like, ew, gluten-free. It's not going to taste good.
Yeah.
Well, I had to trick some people. But the people that needed to know, I told them it's really all gluten-free.
Yeah, it's just an experiment here.
I only had one lady that was like, you tricked me.
How did it taste?
She liked it, but she was mad that I tricked her.
Yeah. But I think that's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
I think I'm guilty of it. Gluten-free,
Well, I mean,
because I don't like fat-free mayonnaise. Sorry.
No.
I want mayonnaise.
Dukes. All the way.
Man, look at
it's the only thing we use at the store.
Yeah, and there is a difference.
There is.
Fat-free ranch dressing. Get out of here.
Yeah.
Right. So it's easy to then. Okay, well, gluten-free must be the same thing. And
15 years ago, there were 2 choices. Cardboard and sawdust.
So it's come a long way.
That was all. Anything you bought, that's what it tasted like.
So it has a stigma because at one time
it was terrible.
Yes. But over time, people like yourself figured out how to make it ooey gooey delicious.
I hope so.
Oh, I'll let you know. I'm going to have a piece of all of this today. Well, awesome. Thanks so much for doing this.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
keep fighting the fight. Small business is not easy.
It is not.
But you're not starting fresh. You're just growing. So you get your feels and your experience that you can pull from. But yeah, you've gone from 2 employees to 12.
Yes.
That's a massive jump.
It is.
More square footage, and then all the other business aspect, like licensing and all the different things going on, and it's a lot.
It's a lot.
I get it. I'm fortunate. Just all I need is one little room, one cozy room with backdrops, filled with delicious treats. That's right, people. Go to the Baker's Corner Bakery and Coffee. They're on 39 West Commerce Street. You can call them at 662-469-4349. I should ask, can they call ahead and order for pickup?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good to know.
Online ordering will be up very soon.
Awesome. So, in a year, when you come back on the show, we're going to talk about your first year's experience as this new upgraded version of your store, and then we'll push that. Very cool. Thanks again.
Thank you.
It was good meeting you. And to you watching and listening, if you made it this far, I would love to give you a cookie, but I'm keeping them. You can go to therealhernando.com to follow all of our channels. We're on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. I might have already repeated that. I'm ad-libbing. I'm not looking at my script like I'm supposed to. Also, thank you to Wesley Meadows Retirement Community for being our title, plus a plethora of other awesome businesses locally that support this and help us out. Go to therealhernando.com, click that sponsor link, and you'll see all the wonderful businesses that are helping me out, helping the show out, helping the community out, because with their support, this show can exist. So click on their logos, and that'll take you straight to their websites. And again, thanks for watching and listening, and you'll have a great day.